protect yourself. So I'm going to give all of you new grad nurses 5 things that I wish I would have known before I became a nurse. The first thing is that I think all new grad nurses should apply to hospitals with new grad nurse residency programs. And the reason why I believe that is because new graduate nurse residency programs, they nurture new nurses, they pair you with a preceptor, and they make sure you get adequate orientation so that you are able to take care of patients on your own once you're finished with orientation. You also get to meet other new grad nurses and form friendships. I was in a new grad nurse program for 2 years with my mother baby nurse position, and it really helped me. I got orientation with my preceptor on my unit from August to December, so I had about 6 months of working with my preceptor, and I was on my own taking care of patients in December, but I always had my preceptor around to ask her questions, or there were other nurses on the floor who were very helpful. I always answered my question. If I had a question about a baby or a mom, they would always come with me to check the baby or mom out. My second piece of advice is don't start off in med-surg if you do not want to work med-surg. As a new grad, hospitals now, since they're moving towards new grad residency programs, they are offering positions in different specialties. So I started off as a mother baby nurse, and I absolutely love it. I've been a mother baby nurse for 3 years now, going on 4 years. I know I would have been absolutely miserable if I started off in med-surg. So you do not have to start off in med-surg as a new grad. I know there are new grad nurse residency programs that offer NICU, ER, labor and delivery, peds, you know, the list goes on and on. Nursing has so many opportunities that you don't have to start off in med-surg as a new grad. And also with the new grad nurse residency program, sometimes they'll make you sign a contract. I had to sign a contract for 2 years. My contract was worth $20,000. So if I left before my 2 years was over, I had to pay back that money. So for example, if I left with 1 year left for my contract, I would have to pay back half of that $20,000, which would have been $10,000 on my part. Depending on the new grad nurse residency program, sometimes money is involved with the contract and sometimes it isn't. The third thing is to always wear compression socks. So you can get compression socks from the stores where you buy your nursing scrubs. You can also get them off Amazon. Get them to protect your leg because you're going to be on your feet for 12 hours. You don't want varicose veins on your legs. And also, compression socks help with the circulation in your legs because you're going to be on your feet a lot, working those 12-hour shifts. You know, you can always express yourself with your compression socks. I know I have some compression socks for breast cancer. Of course, I have several pairs of pink socks. I have like some polka dot ones, just some really cute socks. So you want to stay cute and comfy and also helping to promote that circulation in your legs. My fourth tip is to get liability insurance. So even though the hospital says that they can provide you liability insurance, malpractice insurance because you're an employee there, you always want to protect yourself and get your own. So I have professional liability insurance through NSO. So I pay a yearly fee of $110 and it protects me every year. So I recommend all new grads to get that because let's say a patient tries to sue you in the hospital. Of course, the hospital will have lawyers to represent them, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they will have a lawyer to represent you. So you want to sign up with NSO to have your own professional liability malpractice insurance just to protect yourself and cover yourself in case somebody tries to sue you. And with that being said, you always want to document. Like for example, if I have to call a doctor about a mom or baby, anytime I talk to a doctor, I document it. If they come to the floor to see mom or baby after I call them, I document. If there are some interventions that they want for mom or baby, I document. If I have to call NICU or respiratory therapy to come look at a baby who I feel is not doing well, I always document that I called. I document that they came up and assessed the baby and you know what happened. If something goes wrong with your patient, you really want to be able to document and tell what happened at each instance. notes. Even if you can't, you know, physically chart it at that moment, make sure you like write down the times, like, oh, at 1500 doctor appeared on the floor, at 15:15 baby transferred to NICU. My fifth piece of advice is, I think all new grads should know that as nurses, unfortunately, we are penalized when we call into work. So if you call out sick or you call out for a family emergency or anything like that at my hospital, the call-in does count against you, and that's very unfortunate. But if you are sick, there's no way you can take care of a patient. So, you know, you have to put your health first. Don't try to be Superman, Superwoman, and go to work sick because you don't want your call-in counting against you. You have to be the best you can be to be able to take care of your patients. And also, even though we're nurses, we're human too. So of course we're going to get sick. Of course family emergencies are going to arise. Of course there might be a time where you have a child that's sick and you have to stay at home with the child. Nurses are human too, and I hate that we get penalized for call-ins. Now of course there are some nurses that abuse call-ins, and they call in, you know, quite often, you know, just because they don't want to come to work. But I'm all for taking a mental health day though. We need those. At my job we have PTO, which you accrue PTO every paycheck as a full-time employee, and it's you get 6 hours per paycheck. They can go toward vacation time, or if you have to like call in sick for work so that you can get paid for your missed shifts. But I just wish everything was already built in. This set amount of days for vacation, this set amount of days for sick days, instead of, you know, having to accrue paid time off on our own. You have to earn it basically. But you know, at some jobs you can just apply and they be like, okay, you have like 2 weeks vacation, you have 3 sick days. I wish nursing had that as well. So I was penalized for call-ins, and my hospital, when I was a full-time employee, they were giving me a stipend each month to pay for my student loans. But because of, I think I might have had like two or three call-ins in 1 year, 1 or 2 tardies, because sometimes I'm late to work, I got my stipend was taken away from me for, I want to say, 1 to 3 months. So that was just one of the penalties of me calling in. But you know, the times I've called in, they were, you know, when I was sick or had a family emergency. And I meant to mention this in my video about the ugly truths of nursing, but I completely forgot. But that is definitely one of the ugly sides of nursing. I hope this video has helped you new grad nurses out there. Congratulations on graduating from nursing school and passing your NCLEX. If you have any advice for our new grad nurses, leave them down below. If you want to share your story as a new grad, like maybe you didn't start in med-surg, maybe you started in a different specialty, share your comments down below of your experience as a new grad or your experience in a new grad residency program. I think new grad residency programs are amazing if they're done right and they're organized, because they help with the transition from nursing school to being a floor nurse. And I'm thinking about doing an Instagram live Q&A, just because I have a ton of questions to answer. If you guys are interested in me doing an Instagram live Q&A, then let me know down below. Now y'all gotta watch this Instagram live Q&A. I can't be on Instagram live by myself and ain't nobody watching.